I would like to thank the Legion of Men channel, both the mastermind behind the channel as well as the audience, as I got a shout out of sorts from the channel a couple of days ago, and I gained something like 200 subscribers in a very short period of time, which for a tiny channel such as mine is a huge step forward. So thank you to the guy behind the channel, Bo, I guess is the name, and thank you to everyone who came from over there and subbed and showed the support. I mostly got positive comments. There was a couple of idiots as always, but usually YouTube censors those comments. Mostly very supportive, very encouraging. Also got a couple of comments which were, disagreed politely and or gave their own story, shared their own story about how they have been screwed by women in the past. And those stories are always important, because when I say that I hope young men still have hope, I don't mean that people should rush into relationships and marriages thinking that it's magically gonna work for them, because the statistics are against it. The stats in the West are against marriage. So it's not something you can just go have the right attitude and it's gonna work. No, that's not the thing. That's not the point. I haven't watched his videos really, but I have seen his posts. I've seen the posts from the channel Legion of Men, and I've always liked those posts. So really good posts. And that's why when I saw that I was kind of displayed on his channel, it was an honor, because while I haven't watched his content, I knew from the posts that he seems like a really reasonable man and respectable, and apparently most of his followers are also respectable, reasonable men. I read a couple of comments on that video that he made in reaction to my video, and I titled this video after one of those comments because it was interesting to me, and I thought it fits into the topic of talking about the Legion of Men, the manosphere, the men going their own way, and me, all of these things together. And that comment was about me. Somebody said, so basically this guy is coping between blue pill and red pill. And this is something some people would have no idea what it even means, this sentence. For example, my girlfriend is gonna watch this video probably, and she will have no idea what this sentence means. So let me lay out how I see it and how I perceive the blue pill and the red pill. So the blue pill and the red pill are from the movie Matrix originally. And if I remember correctly, the red pill means that you choose to be awakened. So you awake into the reality, right? And the blue pill is that you keep on dreaming. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, because I could be. I don't know. I don't care too much about these terms, which, is one of my points I want to make here. But I suppose what that person said, I suppose where that guy is coming from is this kind of black and white worldview, which is really fascinating to me, and which I think a lot of guys can go wrong with. If you think that first of all, it's from a movie. There is no real red pill and blue pill. You don't make a decision between those pills in the real life. And you really don't. Because that's the thing I don't really understand. Let me know in the comments what you think about this whole thing. But to me, it's weird that you either have to choose one way of thinking or the other way of thinking, and you can't draw your own conclusions. You can't form your own opinions in the middle, where you understand the realities from the red and the realities from the blue, kind of like with the Democrats and the Republicans in the US, right? Both, well, I know the Democrats have gone, pretty damn far to the left, so it is what it is. But the reality is, in almost every single case, there's some kind of middle ground. And for me, it's always been weird to pick a team and an extreme end. Like, I'm not gonna pick from black and white. I'm gonna look at the black and look at the white, and I'm gonna think, okay, that seems like it makes sense and it's true, and that seems like it makes sense and it's true, or that is something I like and this is something I don't like. And then I make my own decisions. And I think a lot of guys should, form their own beliefs and opinions. And I respect every guy out there who has given up on women completely. If that's your decision, that's awesome. And if you want to tell other men that they should stay away from women and relationships, that's also awesome. I support you, you do you. But for me, here is the thing. All my friends have a girlfriend or a wife, except maybe 2 of my friends, but most of my friends. And my whole life, for me, it's been normal that as a man, you find a woman, well, you eventually get married. For me, that's normalcy. That's the normal thing for me. And to me, this new wave of men going their own way is not something I look up to. And this is no disrespect to all you guys who do choose that. Just for the record, the current relationship I am in, if this relationship doesn't work, then I don't believe any relationship in the future is gonna work either. And then I'm gonna join you guys, most likely. I'm probably gonna join you guys. So if you want to follow me and see what's gonna happen with me and my relationship and my life, as I am 31, I'm only 31 years old. Subscribe and tag along, see what happens. But that's why I respect those guys, because look, dude, there's so many good things and so many green flags in my current relationship. If this doesn't work, then I really just don't believe anything else is gonna work any better. So that's why I'm saying I understand you guys, and I will probably join you guys if that was to happen. But because it hasn't, and also I should mention, my first relationship was when I was in my late teens, and it was a very toxic relationship. It lasted for 3.5 years. It shouldn't have lasted for more than a day, but I was a young kid. Back then I was blue pilled, you could say. I was really blue pilled, so to speak. I was, for whatever reason, I also was attracted to sort of androgynous women. And I don't know, man, I don't know. I was such a pussy when I was a kid, when I was in my early 20s and so on. I was just this skinny little boy who, wasn't masculine enough at that point. And yeah, my ex, she trampled all over me, and I was the one who said sorry, even though she was the one stepping all over me. That was me in the past. And that's why I spent 9 years being single, traumatized from that. But now when I'm in this healthy relationship, I remember all the bad shit from the first one. And look, I called my girlfriend out on a couple of things when we started this relationship, where I told her, I'm not gonna go into the specifics because I honestly don't even remember anymore, but there was a couple of things where I told her, I feel like, that's a little bit toxic to me. How you responded to this thing feels toxic to me. So I called her out on that. And she didn't like being called out, because nobody likes being called out when you first meet someone and you don't know each other. But, she understood and she respected that ultimately. And ever since, I haven't had the need to call anyone out. And she's called me out on things as well. Because look, men and women are never gonna be 100% compatible. And I had spent 9 years with men. So when I got into a relationship with a woman, I sometimes still treated her like I treat my male friends. And that's just not gonna fly in a relationship with a woman, because women are different, so much so that if you treat your woman like just another body of yours, then it's not gonna work. And she called me out on a couple of things, and I learned, and now I know better. I remember better that, oh yeah, I'm in a relationship with a woman, so I have to remember some of these things that don't apply to my guy friends, where I would say something to my fellow men and they couldn't care less. But those same things, you tell those things to a woman and she's gonna be pissed or hurt or both. So anyway, I hope I didn't ramble too much about my personal experience and relationship there, but all in all, thank you once again for everyone who came over from that channel. And no, I'm not coping between blue pill and red pill. It's just that I understand there are good women out there, even if they are more and more rare. There are good women out there. And I'm not saying there are good women in the West or in the East, because some of the comments seem to always assume that I talk about Western women and Western relationships when I just talk about the whole world in general. As you know, I'm a Finnish person here speaking English anyway, so I'm quite global here. And yeah, I do forget sometimes that that YouTube is ultimately American. So when I say some of these things, I forget that, oh yeah, in the US, things are different than they are here in Finland, or different than they are in somewhere in the East. And then I get, some rather angry comments because of that. And I don't know. I think that's it for today, because I don't want to make this too long. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't, if you want to keep following my story and my journey. And next video, I'm probably gonna talk about masculinity, honestly, because now I think I got new subs from a channel that focuses on men and men's issues. I'm gonna talk about that stuff, because I have a couple of things to say about being stoic and controlling your emotions. I think that's an interesting topic to talk about. So if you are interested in that, remember to stay tuned for the next video. And until then, I wish you all the best. I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.